And now I would like to bring up our next storyteller. I have known Elena-Beth Kaye, I think at least 28 years, maybe longer. And when I asked her how she started in on storytelling, she said she made up a scary story for her Girl Scout campmates and she got hooked. And now she has been telling both folk tales and personal stories for decades. She is thankful that, like a lotus growing out of the mud, this pandemic has allowed her to meet and tell with other storytellers from all around the world. Please help me welcome Elena-Beth Kaye. And now I'm trying to find you.
I should be there at the top. Co-hosts.
You are not, for some reason. Really strange, but I found you.
Oh, good. Oh, well, I'm still so moved from that story that Angie told. I need to take a breath, so maybe everyone take it with me. And Vicki, my story is a bookend with yours. Okay. Once, in a land far away, in a time long ago, there was a merchant, a rich merchant, a wealthy merchant, and yet a respected and liked merchant. People from towns far away had heard of this man. And one who heard was a young man who was just starting to be a merchant and wanted to find out, what is the secret of this wealthy merchant? So he traveled to the town where the wealthy merchant lived. He found him, he came up to him, he asked, "May I learn your secret?" "I would be happy to. Follow me for a day. See what I do. And then at night, I will tell you my secret." The young man was so excited, and he followed him the next day as he went from place to place in the marketplace, where somehow, with his bargaining, every person that he dealt with felt that they got a good deal. Have you ever bargained? I mean, really bargained? We don't do that much here. But there's a lot of negotiation back and forth. And there are little things like sometimes the merchant would have his eye on one thing, but look at everything else and then say, "Oh, and what about that one?" Sometimes if the amount wasn't to his liking, he would say thank you and leave. And then the shopkeeper inside would know, oh, wait, he's serious, and would run after him and say, "Oh, I was just kidding. Come back, come back. I can sell this to you." And each person felt that they had a good deal. One of the places that they went to, it looked as if the sun purposefully had a beam of light that went down to the window and went right onto an item that made the young man's heart stop. He couldn't tell from afar if it was a vase or an oil lamp. As they came closer, he could see the gold and even carvings and etchings upon it, jewels of many different colors that seemed to be on fire from that sunlight. It was beautiful. He didn't know if it had come from an Egyptian tomb or from Aladdin's cave. Could it be something that if you rubbed it, a genie would come out? All he knew was that this was exquisite. and he watched as the merchant did all the little tricks that he'd been seeing him do. But he and the shop owner weren't able to come to an agreement, and so they left. As they took each step away, the young man kept looking, waiting to see, isn't the shop owner going to come running after us to say, oh, it's all right? But he wasn't there yet. He said to the wealthy merchant, the shop owner isn't coming. The merchant said, it's all right. I don't have to buy everything. But, and as they went further away, he started to feel sweat going down his forehead, and finally he couldn't stand it. If the wealthy merchant wasn't going to buy this, then he would, and he ran back. When he joined the merchant again, he was holding this as if it were a baby in his arms, so happy. That night, he was ushered into the wealthy merchant's home, was told, sit on a cushion. Tea was brought to him, and he was ready to hear the secret. The merchant said, every night, when I go to bed, I close my eyes and I see the beautiful carved bed that I'm in my mind. I walk out of the bed in my mind and I see the woven tapestries, the woolen carpets, the statuettes made of gold, everything that is beautiful in my home. I appreciate each thing. I caress it. I love it. Yes, yes, said the young man. And then, in my mind, I reach for a torch. I put it to the fireplace. I go to look closely at the beautiful drapes, and then I put the torch to them. And I watch as everything burns. Soon I'm surrounded by nothing but ashes. And the secret? I see the smiles of my family. And I look down. I see me. I'm here. And I'm fine. But the secret, every night in my mind, I burn it all. The young man thought, well, he could have just told me that he didn't want to let me know the secret. And the next day he thanked him and he went back home. And he was a successful merchant. He treated people well, but he never quite felt that he was successful enough. And the wealthy man kept getting wealthier, made much and gave as much away, lived a long, healthy, and happy life. And every night, in his mind, he burned it all.
Thank you, Elena-Beth. That was an absolutely beautiful story and told with so much heart and soul. Thank you.